sir.
So 10 seconds. All right. Damn. We good. No. Here we go. Work. My cord. All right. Come
To hold that one.
Man, please. All right. Coming to you live from downtown Pomona. It's Mia Vanna presents the R&R podcast. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Coming to you live from downtown Pomona. It's Mia Vanna presents the R&R podcast where we talk sports, entertainment, and cigars. Episode
32.
I got my man on the left, Robert Barksdale. We call him Mr. Google Sports Center. And I am your host, Randy Jacquet, where they call me the Hood, Stephen A. Smith. So we about to get into it.
You ready?
Yeah, we ready. We about to get into it. We got a lot to catch up because I wasn't here last week, and I'll explain that to you later on in the show.
Let's talk about college basketball, dog. What you want to start with? Can we talk about the tournament?
Talk about the tournament, baby.
We picked all 4 number 1 seeds. We picked Florida, Auburn, Houston, and Duke. We picked all 4. It was Florida over Auburn in the Final Four, and then it was Houston over Duke. That Duke game, especially, man, Duke had a 7-point lead with like a minute 45, and they just folded. What happened?
Pressure.
That Houston pressure.
That a good old scrappy defense, and they scored 7 points in 15 seconds.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You know, what I mean?
Duke, those freshmen, they just folded.
Yeah, they just folded. A lot of you play ball. A lot of people don't like that pressure.
Yeah, and I had Duke picked to win it all, and then
I did too.
And then when Houston beat them, I had Houston picked. So
yeah,
I got that's a double negative. I lost both games in the Final Four.
I followed the same card.
I feel good. We picked the top 4 seeds for the men's. We picked 3 out of 4 for the women's. We had Connecticut as a 2 seed, as a 1 seed.
Yeah.
But so what are your thoughts? What are your takeaways for the men's tournament? I thought Houston let the city down, man. They should have won.
Just kind of like choked it away. You know what I mean?
Up 12 in the second half.
Up in 12 in the second half. They played scrappy like they do. And wanted Sampson,
to get one. Yeah, he should have had one. Great coach.
And Florida, man, they balled all year, and they deserve it. Hats off to them. And that's the 3rd championship in school history.
Yep. They won 2 with Joe Kim and Horford. They won in 06 and 07. They beat UCLA one of those years,
right?
With Billy Donovan, and now who just got in the Hall of Fame. We'll talk about that. And then now they won one this year. Let me ask you a question. One of the things they were saying is Florida more of a football school or a basketball school?
Now it looks like it's turned into a basketball school.
Might be. And we talked a lot about the SEC, how the SEC basketball is the number 1 conference in the NCAA, and most of it is because of the football money. So we talked about that.
That NIL. We'll be talking about that later.
We'll talk about that, because we got something to talk about college football. You're the kid over there leaving Tennessee for more money. I don't think he got more money. So I don't know. You might know more about that than me. But if you look at the SEC, so they've been dominant in football. This year, by far, they had the most teams in the tournament. And then if you look at the top 20 baseball, they had like 7 or 8 of the top 20.
Right.
So is it just turning into NCAA? We just gonna call it the SECAA.
SCAA.
Yeah, because they dominate in football
and basketball,
and now they dominate in baseball.
Yes, sir.
It's that football money.
Right.
What about the women's tournament? UConn blew out UCLA. South Carolina handled Texas. And then I had UConn picked once SC went down because they were the hottest team.
Too, yeah,
Paige Bueckers. Yeah, she wasn't going to lose.
Yeah.
And you see she went number 1, as she should.
Right.
Let me ask you this. If Juju doesn't get hurt, does UConn still win it?
That'd have been a tough game. That'd have been a tough game.
I think Juju might have
Juju
tried to
might
show out.
Try to show out though.
So you would have picked that. So SC,
But they got a solid man.
Yeah.
UConn was solid.
UConn is solid, well
Yeah,
coached.
yeah.
That freshman guard that gave the left-right crossover.
Yeah.
Yeah, her
Freshman guard,
mom
the
is
other
that
girl.
Fudd? What's her last name?
Fudd is the other one.
Fudd is the big girl.
No, Fudd is like the light.
Yeah.
But the big girl's the
It's a
freshman.
freshman. Yeah. I think Fudd is the one that gave him the left-right crossover
Yeah.
because her mom has that shirt that said "Fud around and find out."
Oh yeah. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
the freshman, she didn't play like a freshman.
Yeah,
You
she
know what I
didn't.
mean?
And look at Gino, man. What 11 championships?
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about him. Is
Well
he
deserved.
the greatest? I mean, he's in the conversation for the greatest coach ever. Not women's, just period.
This period, yeah. Winning all them ships.
Yeah. So UConn won it over South Carolina. Wasn't even close. What's USC's future? I thought they could have won it this year.
They could have won it this year, and the gang of people want to come over now. So they
Come over a transfer.
they got people coming.
Oh yeah,
They
they got
coming.
big money. If those
Yeah.
all those alumni
Yeah.
kick in,
Yeah.
they got big money. So
Juju
I
gonna
think
get
they'll
her
be
one. Juju gonna
You
get her
gonna get her
one.
one?
Yeah, she
I
gonna
hope
get her
so.
one.
She would have got one this
Yeah.
year, straight out of Watts, huh?
Yeah.
So okay, all right. We got a lot to talk about NBA basketball, man. We got the playoffs starting to play in.
Play in.
Nico came out and said, "I don't have any regrets." Are you kidding me?
Yeah, damn.
Nico
lie.
Harrison. So was that his call or the owner's call? I think it was the owner's.
It was the owner's call. He gonna be the fall guy.
As we always are.
Yeah, but he I mean, you know, you do something, you got to ride with it. But
You got to
yeah.
ride with it because they, cutting those checks.
Right.
But thank you, sir.
Yeah, man, you seen the game when Lakers played when Luka went back there.
Uh,
They was talking about fire Nico.
Okay, they were yelling that out.
Yeah.
You see that game he had? First, he started off crying. Had the tribute,
Right.
and he hasn't
Right.
he hasn't sold his
Understandably.
crib.
Right.
So they're talking about how emotional he was. But man, he played great. Once that first quarter started, I knew it was a wrap.
Oh, yeah, man.
It was a wrap.
He can get any shot he want, man.
Yeah. You see how good he played? He was throwing a no-look passes.
Right.
Dallas has to regret that, man. I don't know. Is Nico coming back next year?
I wouldn't bring him back. I mean, somebody got to fall on the sword. So
But
I wouldn't bring
so
him
you're
back.
gonna fire him when you told him to
Yeah.
to trade him, you're gonna fire him.
yeah, because they gonna somebody gonna knock his block off out there, man.
You had to get security at the house and all that. But man, look, I don't understand. Last year you're in the NBA finals. Granted, you lose in 5 games,
Right.
but why do you break that up? Because you don't want to pay? Because they thought that they were going to be able to move to Vegas.
I thought they was gonna be able to move to Vegas.
And so because you can't move to Vegas, you don't want to give Luka $352 million.
Yeah.
Him drinking beer in the locker room wasn't a problem last year. Why is it a problem this year?
Yeah, he can drink whatever he wants to in LA,
Yeah,
baby. I don't care.
Yeah, you smoke a joint at halftime.
Yeah,
If you get me to the
Long as
finals.
you keep balling, you keep
Yeah.
putting up 35.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not even tripping off his defense no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
just give me 35. We'll take care of the
Yeah,
rest.
we'll collapse.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think that's gonna go down as one of the worst trades ever.
right.
You see your boy Griffin, the GM over in New Orleans, got fired, and they hired Joe Dumars.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah,
pickup.
he just got hired today. So he happy to go home. He's from Lake Charles.
Yes.
He said his first AAU team was based out of New Orleans, and so he came over. He's a Hall of Famer, and we'll see, man. New Orleans had some bad luck. Shouldn't have traded Anthony Davis.
No.
Drafted Zion. They were doing backflips when they got him. Look how Zion spanned out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You
then
got more
they
babies.
got McCollum.
More babies in All-Star games.
Right.
McCollum they shut down.
Right.
DeJounte Murray got hurt out for the year.
And then they got rid of Brandon Ingram.
Yeah. So, man, I don't know, man. That's a rebuild over there. And, they got the young brother over there. That's the head coach. But, man, I think that's a total rebuild.
Right. Total rebuild. But they got the right man to do it with Dumars.
Dumars, you think so?
Yeah. Good dude. He ran Detroit for a while, didn't he?
Yep. What was his mistake in Detroit? Who's a basketball fan in here? What was Joe Dumars' mistake when he was the GM for the Detroit Pistons? Might be too old. Might be. How old are you? Oh yeah, he was
little
5.
young.
What was Joe Dumars? Anybody want to jump in there? OG Wayne. What was Joe Dumars' mistake when he was a GM in Detroit?
Got rid of Rip.
No, that wasn't a mistake. He took Darko Milicic over Carmelo Anthony.
Oh,
If he would have taken Carmelo, he would have won 2 more rings. That was in 2003.
Yeah, you ain't heard of Darko
Yeah,
Milicic.
Darko. Yeah. He should have taken Carmelo. Their rationale was we already got Tayshaun Prince. I'm sorry. Tayshaun would have just come off the bench, been a 6th man. They took Darko. Larry Brown didn't like young players, and that was a wrap. That's why they didn't win more than 1 ring. Because Carmelo would have been a rookie on the 04 team.
Right.
And Carmelo would have got him 2 more rings.
Yeah.
With that
that lineup.
Rip, Rashid, Ben, and Chauncey. Ooh. And you got Carmelo. Come on, dog. He took Darko Milicic, who never started. That was that. Wow. That was it. I think he was overthinking. He was overthinking. So recently, Charlie Ward, who first guy to win the Heisman and play the NBA, got named the head coach at FAMU. Oh, for those of you that don't know HBCUs, that's Florida A&M University.
That's right.
A lot of colleges, especially HBCUs, are hiring, former players. What's your thoughts on that?
That's good. That's good. That's what they need to get the attention and to get the players in there. And why not?
Okay.
Nobody else giving them a shot?
Yeah, he hired him to coach basketball. So you got Deshaun Watson at Delaware State. You got Mike Vick at Norfolk State. You had Eddie George at Tennessee State.
Now he had Bowling Green.
Bowling Green, D1, which is a step-up job. You went there, you mess around and get Ohio State. Look, Urban Meyer went from receiver coach at Colorado State making 60, Notre Dame making 200. 2 years later, head coach at Bowling Green. 2 years later, head coach at Utah. And 2 years later, head coach at Florida. Yeah. $3.6 million. That's not bad, young Drake.
Not bad.
In about 7 years, you go from 60,000 to 3.6. I'll take that
all day long.
All day. So, and Drake, his dream school was Notre Dame. That's where he wanted to go. You know why he didn't take that job? They sent a plane ticket. Florida sent a private jet. Private jet got there first. He went to see Florida. Was like, Notre Dame, I'm good. Yeah. So
man, you gotta pop out and show people when you really want them.
Yeah. SEC says private jets. We don't say I'm gonna email you a plane ticket. Sirius, Florida sent that private.
Southwest.
So Southwest. Yeah. Pick a seat when you get on there. So, man, more NBA, dude. Budenholzer, 1 year into a 5-year, $50 million contract, got fired. So let me ask you this: if they're gonna pay you $40 million, you cool with getting fired?
Heck yeah.
Randy said, "Give me $40 and some sunflower seeds."
Yeah. I'm still getting my money. Yeah.
Hey, young Drizzy, $40 and some poly seeds.
Right.
I'm probably dating
still
myself.
Getting your money.
Hey, they owe him. They owe him $40 million.
And he got the other where he got fired from.
Where else was he? I forget where he was.
Milwaukee.
He
getting $10 million. They owe him $10 million.
And what's gonna happen? He's gonna sit out for a year.
Right.
They're gonna be the assistant with Golden State. They're gonna get the head job somewhere like I don't know, Chicago or somewhere. Billy Donovan gonna go somewhere. So 4 years, 50. They still play, and they're still paying Frank Vogel, and they still paying Monty Williams. But the owner, Asheba, is the owner of the mortgage company. The big I'll think of it in a minute. They're the number one mortgage company in the country right now. Wow. And so he's not tripping off of that. That's how he made his money.
Oh, so yeah, he good.
So, and he was the No, not Countrywide. Countrywide been out since 2007.
Countrywide.
I ain't heard that name in a while.
Me either.
But number one mortgage company, I'll think of it in a minute. Number one mortgage company in the world, in the country, and them and Rocket are like 1-2.
Yeah.
But he where's Adriel Sparza? He's here somewhere. He's a lender. I asked him. But so he's not tripping. He's paying 3 coaches, about to pay a 4th. He was the walk-on, like the 12th man on that Michigan State team that won it in 2000. That's why Mateen Cleaves works for him.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, he's like his motivational speaker. But, we're going to talk later about some of the open jobs. So Phoenix is looking for a coach. Let me tell you, I was looking for a coach. So right now, Phoenix needs a coach. Denver needs a coach. We'll talk about that in a minute. Memphis needs a coach. And Sacramento needs a coach. So listen to who they're talking about are the top candidates for. And I don't think Phoenix's roster really matched. I don't think it was his fault. You got Bradley Beal a 2, Devin Booker a 2, and KD. So either you have one of them play the 1, and neither one of the guards are a true 1, or you put a 1 and KD's got to play the 4. That doesn't really match.
Doesn't match.
And then Beal has a no trade clause, and they owe him 110 the next 2 years. He said, "I'm not going anywhere."
Wow.
Yeah.
Get them cheese. Get that cheese.
The leading candidates for the Phoenix job are, let's see, because I don't think Asheba who should get the job. They fired Monty Williams. They fired Frank Vogel. Probably they're saying maybe Asheba gives it to one of the assistant coach, maybe Malone, who got fired in Denver. That might be a good hire.
That might be a good hire
because he's a good coach.
He's a good coach, and I don't know what happened. They said he lost the locker room there.
They did, but he didn't get along with Calvin Booth. They said that the chemistry was horrible.
Right, and I
between
heard
him
that
and the GM.
Cronky's son went in there. Well, I wanted like the Rams, where everybody get along,
and they were they wouldn't do it. Yep. I believe you. Yeah, because that's how the Rams are.
Right.
So I think him to Phoenix wouldn't be bad. Malone is a good coach.
Right.
We also have the Sacramento job open. They said that Doug Christie may get that. I think that'd be a good hire. Former player. He's doing decent. They're in the play-in.
He got rid of that ratchet ass wife.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Good thing this is a Christian podcast.
I'm just
and
saying.
we don't tell us how you really feel.
Yeah. You know
okay. So we'll talk about that later. But in the non-Christian segment.
Yeah, good women stand by us and help us stand up, and they can tear us down too. You know what I'm
saying? Being that I'm single, I'm gonna stay away from that. So the Memphis job, man, that was a surprise. They were in 4th place. They fired him, fired their coach. Negative small market, recent instability. Who gets that job? They're saying the assistant, Asilo, who they brought over from Europe, may get it. He was on Jenkins' staff. We'll see.
Seen him last night.
Yeah. How'd they look last night? They lost,
decent,
right?
It's decent in the first quarter, but they got a dude named Steph Curry
over there. Let the Chef Curry cooked on him.
Cooked on him, and Jimmy Butler had 38.
Okay, yeah. Jimmy Bucket's playing well. Sacramento, we talked about Doug Christie. So I'd like to see Doug Christie because I think he's paid his dues, former player. We don't get good jobs. We usually get jobs where you get fired 2 years, whereas other folks get the job where you get 5 years, $50 million. They fire you after 1 year.
And you still get your money.
You still get your money. So I don't know, man. We'll see. Yeah, Phoenix, Denver, Memphis, and Sac. Denver, man, I don't know who's going to get. They said maybe one of the assistants. Who do you think? Who would you like to see over there with the Joker? You got a 3-time MVP. Who would you like to see over there?
Who's out there?
Adelman, who's the son of Rick Adelman, his son. Who Adelman, of course, coached Portland, so he's been a gym rat his whole life.
Right.
So we'll see. He'll off his dad's name, he may get that job.
Right.
So we got the playoffs start now. So the final standings. Cleveland won the East. They were up the whole year. Boston cut it to 3.
Right.
New York, 3 games, but finished in 2nd place. New York 3, Indy 4. Indy passed Milwaukee.
They moved
Detroit
up.
6. That was the biggest surprise. Orlando 7. We figured them 7. If they weren't injured, I think they would have cracked the top 5.
Right.
Atlanta 8. Chicago and Miami 9 and 10.
Right.
No surprises toward the end, huh?
Yeah, Detroit. Yeah, no.
Detroit is the biggest surprise. Yeah. So Western Conference, OKC finished 1. Houston to me is the biggest surprise. Lakers would be a surprise, but they got Luka, so moving up to 3rd isn't a big surprise.
Right.
Denver 4, they lost their depth when they traded KCP and let all those guys go.
Yeah, and Brown.
Brown, exactly.
Right.
Hey, Clippers number 5, baby. Number 5.
Since the All-Star break, they
Kawhi played about 3 games. PG left, and they still number 5. Ty Lue, great coach.
Yeah. And they playing. I watched them the other night. They playing good.
Okay. How's Harden playing?
Good, but you know what he do in the playoffs?
You'll say he's gonna
disappear.
Choke. Oh man, just because he lost to Golden State, I don't know about that, man.
He disappear in the playoffs.
All right, we'll see what happens. But yeah, shout out to Ty Lue. So they said that what's the coach of Miami? Spoelstra's supposed to be the next Olympic coach, and Ty Lue might be up if he's still coaching in 2032. That's a long way away, but we'll see. Yeah. He's a young cat though, late 40s. So we'll see. Right. Minnesota 6. The trade didn't work for them. They would have finished higher. Minnesota finished 6. You got Golden State 7, which kind of picked them. They started off hot, then they sunk, then they kind of landed where they should. Number 7,
and ran a bunch of them.
Yeah, went 14-2.
Right.
Got Memphis 8, Sac 9, Dallas 10. Dallas in the playoffs, man.
Yeah, they play next.
They got talent. They play next right here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What are your thoughts, man? Dallas, I thought they were gonna shut AD down.
He came back. And I'm looking for him to win this game next game. They should be able to win this game.
Who do they play?
Sac.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Your biggest surprise in the East was Detroit. Biggest surprise in the West for me is Houston.
Houston.
Any other surprise?
Clippers with they little.
I would say that's a good call. That's a good call.
With
good
they,
call. With their
uncertainty.
And shout out to Ime Udoka. Played and coached under Popovich, right?
Right.
Would have got a ring in Boston. Got a little tricky, but he probably shouldn't have gotten fired. They said that kind of thing happens all over the NBA, but
right.
We did it, so we got fired.
Right.
But I think he would have got a ring, and his assistant got a ring, last year.
Yeah,
he's a good coach, man.
He's a good
I think
coach.
his players take on his personality. He's kind of got a little dog in him.
Right.
You see, he tried to, come at LeBron.
Yeah.
So he told LeBron, "What you want to do?"
Small boy.
Yeah. Is that what he called him?
Yeah. Small boy. Yeah.
That's that English. That's what small boy. I never heard that. But so he's a good coach, man. We'll see what Houston does. Right now, if the Lakers and them get to the Western Conference semis, Lakers will play Houston. Do LeBron and Luka beat that? They're athletic.
They got a shot.
Got a shot, for sure. Houston would have the home court advantage, but I would say our experience. I think LeBron and Luka would turn it on.
And JJ. You got everybody.
JJ's a good coach, man.
JJ's a good coach. And JJ will scheme up some shit.
Yeah. People, I was kind of fighting him getting a head job, man.
Yeah, me too, but he made me believe.
We were not feeling that. So let me ask you this. Playoff finalists. Matter of fact, I don't want your top two because the top two might be easy. So in the East, I have Cleveland playing Indy because I think Indy's going to beat Milwaukee because Dame's not healthy.
And
Indy seems to have their number. Carlisle's a great coach. So, and I don't know if Doc Rivers can outdo Carlisle in a 7-game series.
Right.
Doc is decent, but he never seems to get it done. So I would say Cleveland over Indy, Boston over New York. Who you got, Boston or Cleveland? I got Boston, dog. I got to roll. My family's in Boston. I got to roll with Boston. Who you got?
I'm going to go Cleveland this time.
Cleveland? Okay.
I'm going to go Cleveland.
In the West,
mm-hmm.
I got OKC over Denver. I got Lakers over Houston.
Yeah.
I got Lakers over OKC. I got Lakers in Boston in the finals, dog.
I got that. I got Lakers going because I don't see really nobody beating them in 7 on me.
Okay.
If everything line up right, ain't nobody gonna beat us in 7.
Who you got? Who are your 4 finalists in the East first? So the standings right now, which don't mean anything, Cleveland 1, Boston 2, New York 3, Indy 4. So Cleveland would play Indy. You got Cleveland winning that, right? And who you got? Boston, New York. And who you got? Cleveland, Boston. Okay, good job. You can stay up here. All right. All right. Young fella right here. Western Conference. Right now it's OKC, Denver, Houston, LA. So OKC would play Denver, Houston would play LA. Who you got? OKC or Denver? Okay, who you got? Lakers or Houston? Okay, who you got coming out the West?
Right.
You can stay too, dog. Good job. Y'all all right, man. Yeah, man. Y'all all right, dog. Okay, so we talked about playoff finalists. Man, Nuggets fire Malone. They were 3rd, 4th place, but they said that it's because Malone, like you said, you spoke on it. Malone wasn't getting along with Calvin Booth. Both of them got fired.
Right.
Or as we say in the hood, both, B-O-F-E.
Yeah.
Both got fired. How you going to
lose your job?
Yeah, because you can't get along.
Get along with the
man. If my job is dependent on that dog, I'm going to pretend like I get along with Randy. I really don't like Randy, but I'm on this podcast, so I want to keep it. But yeah. But for millions, homie, hey, I'll walk it. I'm getting $10 million a year. I'm gonna walk into the job holding your hand. Come on, Randy, let's go. Man, like you, my big brother. You walk me to 2nd grade.
All that is,
all that money, and you can't get along.
Like, man, all that is sit down in a conversation.
Man, like, hey, dude, don't take off this money.
Hey, man, and this, let them know what's happening, and y'all just feed off each other. Figure it out, man.
But they said one of them wanted to play the young guys. I think Booth, and Malone was like, "I'm trying to win. I got to play the older guy."
Right.
And then he got rid of, his depth. KCP. Who's the other guy he got rid of?
Brown. Bruce Brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and that's what did him in because they won it in 2023.
Right.
Bringing those guys back, man. So we talked about the playoff finalists. We talked about the Nuggets firing Malone. Giannis, man. He's back, but Dame's not in for the start of the playoffs. I think Indy
Dame
gets
ain't
them.
coming back.
He's not coming. Why not?
Nah,
You don't think
seen
so?
it the other day, he's not coming back. The blood clot, no.
Still messed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're not gonna make it, but Giannis is balling.
Yeah, he's doing good, man. He's right there for
I see he worked on his jump shot.
Yeah, it's gotten better.
Yeah.
If it's 3 balls consistent, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. You can't.
He's like another Luka.
Yeah, he's a hybrid. You can't do anything with him.
And he runs that point forward like.
Yeah. 2 steps from half court.
Right.
So let's talk. A lot of kids coming out. Jace Richardson, man, he wasn't even starting at the beginning of the year. Played himself maybe into the lottery. That's Jason Richardson's son.
One of his sons.
One of his sons, yeah. The other one's in high school. And the other one's bigger 6'4",
yeah.
6'5". You're right. Thank you for that. But Jace, man, toward the last 10, 15 games, he was the go-to guy.
Yeah.
He was killing people. At 5'11", is he league?
No, that's 5'11"? That's hard, baby.
5'11", are you league,
that's
dog? I don't know.
That's hard.
Let's look at the NBA early draft picks. Of course, now Cooper Flag was talking about
he going back, right? Or he going back to Duke?
There's talk that he may go back. What would you do?
I come on out and get my money, man.
Because he's young, though. I get it because he's young.
They probably left a bad taste in his mouth.
Mm-hmm. So the guard, Canupo, he's going. The center from Michigan, Danny Wolf, is going. Illinois guard Will Riley's going.
Right.
Let's see who else. The guard from Houston, Milos Uzin, is going.
Nice
who else? The forward Asa Newell from Georgia, who actually played high school ball with Cooper Flag, and so did the kid Queen in Maryland. Texas guard Trey Johnson is coming out. Jace Richardson. Let's look at his. Okay, now they're saying top 20. He averaged 12.1 and 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Third team All Big Ten. Is that league at 5'11"? I don't know that that's league. I don't know.
I don't
know. I don't know that that's league.
Hard.
Maybe off his name, but
yeah,
I don't know.
5'11", boy.
Yeah. So defensive player of the year. Who's the defensive player of the year?
In college?
No, pro. I'm sorry. Draymond. It would have been when
would have been Wemby. You might have to give it to Draymond.
Huh?
You might have to give it to Draymond.
Draymond's playing well.
Yeah.
Who is the rookie of the year? Who wants to answer that? Rookie of the year, Michael Curl. Rookie of the year. For what team? Anybody want to tackle that? Rookie of the year.
NBA. What up, D?
NBA. Rookie of the year, NBA. Castle from San Antonio. Played at Connecticut. That's gonna be rookie of the year.
Yeah, he nice.
Yeah. Let me ask you. Right here, young fella in the middle right there. Who's the MVP this year?
Nah.
He gotta go. Nah, Shea. Shea should have got it last year, and this year. Shea gonna get it. Joker's good. But,
Joker runner-up. But
yeah, runner-up. No, he good. Joker, Joker
but
first
Shea
ballot.
Gonna win it this
Shea
year.
gonna win it. He should. And I like Shea. Who do you take? I got something for you guys. Okay. So we talked about the draft. Cooper should, he should be number 1. Harper 2, Ace Bailey 3, 2 teammates that didn't get to the tournament, but they can go out of Rutgers.
Right.
We talked about, who we had in the Eastern and Western Conference semis and finals. And I think the consensus is the Lakers. I think the Lakers. OKC's real, but I think they might be a year away.
Yeah.
I got a question. I got a start bench cut. Who's a basketball? Who wants to answer a start bench cut? Dre, young Dre from Chicago. Start bench cut. Here it goes right here. Jason Tatum, Anthony Edwards, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Ooh.
You got to start one, you got to bench one, and you got to cut one. Start bench cut. Who are you going to start? Okay. Bench and Tatum, cutting Edwards. That's close. That's good. I'll go with that. I'll go with that.
That's a hard deal, but I go with that.
Start bench cut. Jason Tatum, Anthony Edwards, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Who you gonna start? Same as him. You that's not bad.
Yeah.
Who you
Same thing. I mean, that's a hard one.
I start Tatum, dog. Tatum got a ring. Shea is real. Tatum is a little bit different. Shea is, I'm not arguing because it's like you got a black Benz and a charcoal Benz. They both Benzes. I'm going to go Tatum because he got a ring.
Black at night.
Yeah, would you say they both look black at night? So, yeah, I see we keep it in the hood tonight.
Yeah.
But I can't argue with Shea because I love Shea. Shea, I would take over Edwards. So I would go Tatum because he got a ring. He's an Olympian.
Right.
But you can't go wrong with Shea. I go Tatum, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and then I go Edwards got to go.
Edwards
He got too many babies on the way.
Yeah,
He need to focus. He needed to focus.
He putting them on leeway.
Yeah. He just paying 18 years in advance, which is crazy. You see that? He just paying that. Yeah. How much is it?
$5,000 a month for the rest of your life.
All right, that's 60 a year times 18.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Tatum is the face right now.
Yeah.
Shea could be. Anthony Edwards keeps spitting out them babies. They're not gonna make him the face of the NBA. They're not doing that. Too many corporate sponsors. Who? He's the face of the NBA. It's not gonna be Shea because he's Canadian. You're right. He's too laid back. But I would take him because he's on the Celtics. He's already won it. He was an Olympian. They're gonna tell him, "Hey, perk up a little bit." So, who do you think it is? I think his off court may stop him, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, all right. We got another start bench cut. We need somebody else. What's my man over there? You want to answer? Here we go. Kyrie, Steph, and Lillard. Kyrie, Irvin, Steph Curry, and Damon Lillard. Cut Lillard. He said that quick.
Yeah.
Cut Lillard. Who you gonna bench? You gonna bench Steph or Kyrie? Who? Yep, and start. Yep.
Same
I agree.
thing I go with.
Okay. Same. Which step? Start, bench, cut. Steph Curry, Isaiah Thomas, Allen Iverson. Who you gonna start? You got to go start first. Who you gonna start? I agree. My man knows a little basketball. And who you gonna bench? Oh, you messed up. You would have been 2 for 2. You gonna bench Iverson and cut Isaiah? There it is. There you go. Iverson partied too much based on the rings. Yeah, I'm gonna start Curry. I'm gonna bench Isaiah, and I'm gonna cut Iverson. There you go. Good job. What's your name, my man? Did you play basketball? Where'd you play? What school? Okay,
what year?
Oh, y'all both the same class. Y'all class of 72.
No, I graduated 84. I played 84.
But they don't know each other because he's winter of 72 and he's spring. See, back in the 60s and 70s, they had a winter and a, based off your birthday. So you didn't know him because he was on the spring 72. Now you 79, Ganesha? Okay. 86 should have won it with KC, Mo and Turtle. They lost to Scott Williams, Hacienda Heights Wilson, and about 4 dudes under 5'6". We ain't gonna talk about that though. Yeah, KC. That's what we talking about. KC. Kevin
my
Cutler.
boy.
Yeah, yeah. So okay, all right. So he got that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me give him another one. Allen Gray. If they're healthy, Joker, Giannis, and Embiid. Who you gonna start? Cut bench. Joker, Giannis, and Embiid. Start bench cut, and they're healthy. So we're talking about with them healthy.
Shit, Embiid ain't never healthy, so bench his ass.
Well, come on, man. If he was healthy, who you gonna start? Joker. Alan must have been drinking on the way. Joker, Giannis, and Joel Embiid. Who you gonna start? No, this is just period. Just we ain't putting no stipulations. Who you gonna start? Okay, who you gonna bench? Yeah. But they all in their prime when they healthy, right? Because they all young. You benching and you wait and you cutting Giannis? Wah. Hit the thing. Hit the thing. Hey, from now on, Alan Gray only gets questions about jazz and whiskey. No more basketball questions. And he played in my neighborhood school. He let me down, dog. T. Roy, he played at Wash House. And he over here, man. From now on, if I have a question about the tenor sax or Uncle Nearest, I'm going to come to you. That's my guy, too. Come on, dog. Okay, I got another one. Start, bench, cut. Young Marv over there. T. Roy, don't distract I tell Young Marv I got a question for him. Start, bench, cut. Vince Carter. We did this one a couple weeks ago. Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, Grant Hill. Healthy in their prime. Who you going to start? Give me a start. Who you going to start? And we just saying in their prime healthy. So we're not doing all that. We're not doing longevity. 6'8", same height as Grant Hill.
Grant Hill was cold, man.
Who did? Who was better? That's the question. And then who you gonna bench? And you gonna cut Grant? And then you play one. So who you gonna start? You gonna start Tracy, and who you're gonna come off the bench? Okay. I mean, that's close. And yeah, I would definitely cut Vince. Young Ron, who you gonna start, bench, cut? Same. Tracy McGrady, bench Grant, cut Vince. Yeah, because Vince to me couldn't do enough. He could jump, he could shoot, but he couldn't create.
He had longevity.
Yeah. He had longevity, but yeah, because he just caught.
I'm going with Grant Hill, man.
You going with Grant Hill?
I'm starting Grant Hill.
I'm starting Grant Hill, dog. Okay, here go another one. Shooters. Michael Curl. From the neighborhood.
I haven't seen enough.
Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, Chris Mullen. Start, bench, cut. Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, Chris Mullen. Who you gonna start?
Ooh, that's hard.
You starting Reggie? You benching Ray, and you cutting Chris Mullen.
That's hard.
Ooh. Okay, who you got, Dre? Who you got, Drake? So you'll start Reggie, you'll bench Ray.
Cut Mullen.
Mullen's on Dream Team 1. I don't know. He was the go-to guy. Golden State. All three, any one of the three. Reggie's clutch, Ray's clutch, Mullen's
clutches.
Yeah. Okay. All right. He has a Dream Team ring. He has a gold medal. Yeah. No, he doesn't have a ring. Ray has 2. And Reggie has none. Shuttlesworth?
Yeah, you can't cut Shuttlesworth.
Okay. College football, we talked about recruiting rankings. Top 5 coaches. This is for you, Randy. College football right now today, top 5 coaches. Somebody get ready. Whoever knows college football, get ready. Who's number 1? You name the school, not the coach?
Well, I'll name the coach.
Who's number 1?
Day.
Who?
Day.
He won it this year, but okay, he's my number 2.
Then I'll go.
You can look at. You want to look at the phone?
No, I ain't gonna look at
notes. I'm cheating. I got the cheat sheet.
I'm gonna go off the top of the brain.
He's from a good family, so he didn't cheat in school. He would study and sit in the front of the class.
Who else is out there? Top 5.
See, that's why he should have the cheat sheet. He wouldn't have to.
I ain't got the cheat sheet.
He should have the cheat sheet. He from a stable 2-parent household.
State. Oh, Sarkisian up there. He in my top 5. Who else? Sarkisian, Day. Your boy at Oregon.
Hold on.
Oregon. What's my boy at Oregon?
Yeah, I'll go with Lanning.
Lanning. I like Lanning. I like who else?
Moral to this story: if you don't know, cheat. See, he trying to come off the dome. I'm gonna give you who else wants to tackle this question? Okay, hold on. I can't. He got to come over here. We can't hear him. Okay, sounds good. All right. Who want to come? If you want to come over here and give me 5 or 6 coaches,
Give me 5 coaches.
Give me 5 coaches. College. I can't even see over there.
You better not say USC.
He over there in the cheap seats. I can't see him over there. Oh, that's my boy. My bad. Oh, hey, my bad. That's our guest. Damn, he ain't gonna be our guest though. He gonna be. I'm out of here. He gonna unplug the mic. Adriel, give me your top 5 coaches, dog. Top 5 college football. Top 5 coaches. Crystal ball?
Nah.
Oh, come on. Lou Holtz? No,
we're talking about
right now. Right now. Miami told Jimmy John. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Anybody else want to tackle it? I'll give you mine. I'm gonna let you hear mine. Kirby Smart, number 1.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Kirby.
See, that's why you bring the cheat sheet.
Kirby, you got good.
Day number 2. Ryan Day 2.
I said Ryan Day up there.
Dan Lanning at Oregon 3. Sark 4.
Sark.
Dabo Sweeney. He got a ring.
Dabo
got a ring. Kirby has a ring. Day has a ring. Lanning is close. Sark is close. Dabo has a ring. Then I would say Franklin and DeBoer.
DeBoer got a ring?
No, but he was close with Washington. I think he's gonna have Alabama. You know, they were top 4 his first year there, but that was Saban's players.
Right.
So we'll see what happens. I got DeBoer number 7.
Yeah.
I got Kirby, Day, Lanning, Sark, Dabo Sweeney, James Franklin, and DeBoer.
All right.
NFL football, my former team. Not my favorite team.
Team.
I'm off the Cowboys.
You left the Cowboys.
Tyron Smith resigned. He from Dallas. He resigned. He retired.
Mm-hmm.
Geno re-signed with Vegas. What's the ceiling for Geno in Vegas? Are they a playoff team?
That division is hard, man.
Marvin, you next on Geno Smith. I want to know what his ceiling is after.
I think they have a better record this year.
But are they a playoff team?
No, I don't think
so.
No.
What's Geno Smith's ceiling in Vegas? Are they a playoff team? You think so? And Brady? Okay. Does he start? He signed that extension. Is he their quarterback for all 3 years of that extension? You think they're gonna draft one this year? Who do you want them to draft? That'd be good. And Brady and him already have a relationship, and then he would play behind Geno for 1, at least, maybe 2, but maybe just 1.5, and get that job halfway through the second year. And then Geno could be a good backup, take your 25-30 million, and mentor this dude. That would be smart. You
need a running back.
They do need a running back. They do, and that's what they're talking about. We're gonna look at the mock draft in a minute. So, but he re-signed. I think that's gonna be good. The owner of Cleveland came out and said that we swung and missed on Deshaun Watson. That's kind of cold, dog. To say that about your quarterback, we swung and missed. How would you feel about that?
Man, they should have never did that deal, man. Come on.
5 years, 230.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, guaranteed. Because he wouldn't have come.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have come if but I think that was wrong to say that. We're gonna look at the mock draft. Hendrickson, they haven't re-signed him yet in Cincy. They gave T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. Now they got to get creative.
Right.
So
financing.
What about Joe Milton to the Cowboys as a backup? Does that make it? You like that?
I like that. I like Joe Milton.
Yeah. It was at Michigan and in Tennessee.
I like Joe Milton.
You like him? Okay. So does he help them?
I mean, if Dak don't do nothing, I mean, he's good. I mean, he can learn, and he's a good backup.
Get Dak up out of there. I don't really care anymore because I'm off the Cowboys. But Trey Lance to the Chargers as a backup. What do you think about that?
Yeah, man.
Doesn't move the needle.
Doesn't move the needle for me.
And San Francisco traded all those picks
to get him, and he went to Dallas, and
he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything in Frisco.
He damn near out the league, man. This is it for him.
Is this it?
Yeah.
He let Brock Purdy get his spot. Speaking of the Niners, we told Charles and all any Niners fans in here,
40 Winers.
Hey, we spoke on this long before Alan Gray was even here. We said this is it for the Niners because they got to pay Brock Purdy. We've seen this before. SEENT. We've seen this before.
Synced it.
When you got to pay the rookie, when you're on a rookie, when you're winning with a rookie quarterback
Right.
on a rookie pay, that's when you have to win.
Yeah.
Now that you had to pay Brock, everybody up out of there.
Yeah, better out of there because you got to pay the piper.
You got to pay the piper. You got to give Brock at least 50.
Right.
So San Francisco's gonna be in rebuild. Julio Jones retired. What's your thoughts?
Oh, great receiver. Great receiver when his prime.
Hey, was a beast in
Atlanta.
Before that at Alabama.
Ooh, cold.
Was cold, dog. Was cold. So he retired. He turned it out in Atlanta. Tyron Smith retired. Dolphins talking about they trading Jalen Ramsey, dog.
Keep getting traded.
Started off in Jacksonville, got into it with Coughlin, traded to the Rams, did cool, but they didn't want to keep paying that $20 million a year. And now the Dolphins are trading. Why is that?
I don't know, but you know, if you ever really peep his game, he always get beat one good play.
Yeah, he'll get you a couple picks, but he'll get beat.
He's gonna get beat back.
So let's look at the mock draft. Mock draft number 1, Cam Ward.
Okay.
Number 2, they got Cleveland taking Travis Hunter. What are your thoughts?
Good pickup.
Okay.
Good pickup, yeah.
Number 3, Abdul Carter from Penn State to the Giants. Should they take a quarterback? You like that?
That'd be excellent for him. Yeah.
Because then you got him opposite Thibodeau.
Yeah.
4, New England, Will Campbell. They need offensive tackle. You need a tackle.
Right.
5, Jacksonville, Mason Graham out of Michigan. 6, Marvin. The Raiders are not taking a quarterback. They're taking Genty out of Boise State.
That's what I heard.
New York Jets taking offensive tackle out of Missouri. Armand Mimbu. Carolina taking Jalen Walker. Georgia turns out D tackles, linebackers every year because Kirby can recruit.
Right.
They got Shedeur going to New Orleans. What are your thoughts on that?
It might be true because you heard about Derek Carr and his shoulder.
Well, okay.
Yeah,
and that might not be. I mean,
might not be bad.
I think he played well in the dome.
Right, in the dome.
Tyler Warren, tight end out of Penn State.
Not far from Texas, where he's from.
Yep.
So.
Tyler Warren, tight end from Penn State, going to the Bears. Ernie and Dre's team.
Right. Tight end.
Let's see. Kelvin Banks, offensive tackle, going to the Niners. Matthew Golden, wide receiver out of Texas, that speedster, going to the Cowboys. So we'll see, man.
They need something over there opposite CD.
They need something. I was hoping they would take a veteran. Maybe we get a veteran, and well, not we, they. Maybe they could get a veteran and, bring in Golden, give them 2 more receivers.
True, they need 2.
That's what they need. Let me ask one of the only 2 Giants fans west of the Mississippi, young Drisney, a.k.a. Andre Lathan, a.k.a. the silent assassin. Who do you want to see the Giants take in number 3? Do you want Abdul Carter or do you want Shedeur or do you want somebody else? Huh? You want Shedeur? I think that'd be good for them. Yeah. You could back up Russ and or Jameis for a year and a half, 2 years.
And get rid of DeVito.
Yeah, DeVito. Let DeVito go sell some pizzas.
Yeah.
So you would. Who's the other Giant? Was it one more? Is it Sam a Giants fan?
Sam, Big Sam, Hitman Sam. Yes, sir.
You have to be. He's from. I think Drape is from Laverne. You have to be from La Puente or Laverne to be a Giants fan in California. Ain't no way you're from the inner city.
Pomona.
You had to have picked a team because your favorite color is blue. So. Okay, so to the other Giants fan west of the Mississippi, who do you want to see him take? What'd you say? Your Pop Warner team was the Giants. Yeah. Your favorite movie was Land of the Giants. What'd you say? Your high school?
Little Giants.
Bassett is the Little Giants?
Little Giants.
And you really, you claim that? No, who was it? No, was it the Giants, Bassett? So that's why you picked him? Okay. Why did you pick the Giants?
You like Lawrence
with
Taylor?
Lawrence Taylor, LT?
Henry Carson. Okay. Yeah, and back then they were
with Carson, Banks,
Yeah.
LT, 80, late 80s, early 90s. I give you that. I
They
give
were
you that.
good.
Okay, you just stuck with them. Let me ask you a question. It's a 2-part, and I'm gonna buy you a R&R cigar. You got to tell me what. Nobody else say anything. What college did LT go to, and what year did he get drafted? You got to get both parts. Okay, hold on. You don't know? Okay. What year and what Carolina? What year? That's why I made it a 2-part. I don't.
No, look at no phone.
Okay. This ain't tag team. You can't phone a friend. He got to get it. Go ahead. That's his height. 81, baby. 81.
81.
I'm gonna tell you a story about Lawrence Taylor. When he was at college, he was in college at North Carolina. Jordan was just coming in, and he would play pickup ball with Worthy and Perkins. This was before breakaway rims, and he would go, and if he lost a couple times, he went and dunked and snapped the rim off and took it with him. Who gonna say something to him? You can look that up. Yeah, I'm gonna take your ball.
Nobody.
You can look that. You could Google that. He would take the rim and go home. This is before breakaways. Breakaways came out like 83. So I'm dating myself.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay. So let's talk MLB, Dodgers, and this will be our last segment before we take a break, and then we have our guests. So what's your ceiling for the Dodgers this year, Randy? Are they gonna win it?
Yeah, best team. The best team right now is
best
Padres.
Team that money can buy, but the Padres, okay.
Padres doing it right now, but we only a game and a half off. Don't panic, people.
Yeah, no, it's a long season.
Long season, man. We play 162 games. We're gonna be all right. And Dodgers win it again, man.
Okay,
I'm going big blue, man. Get ready. I told y'all get ready for 2 parades.
You went to opening day. How was opening day?
Oh man,
was it just
biggest cocktail party in LA, man?
It was off the chain, huh?
Yeah, it was off the chain.
I said, Randy went, he partied. I said, Randy, what was the score of the game? You know what he said? What game?
What seat? Never made it to my seat.
He went to a club and just realized they was playing baseball down below.
Right.
So the Yankees in first in the AL East. Toronto's close. Boston is close.
Mets look good over there.
Detroit in the AL Central. Cleveland right there. They were good last year. KC right there. They were good last year. AL West, Texas won. Angels second place, but it's early. National League, you said it. We called it. Mets. Mets in first.
Right.
Philly in second. They're always going to be good, those two. Central, we got the Cubs, Ernie's team.
Right.
And I think that's Dre's team too. Yeah. Milwaukee second. In the West, like you said, San Diego's 1.5 above Frisco. They're 2 above the Dodgers.
Yeah. So Frisco look good too.
They got Buster Posey over there running baseball.
Oh,
so
before we get, let's talk about this.
About this what? What we gonna talk about, dog?
Nico.
The Nico, him, and saying no regrets.
Yeah. So this NIL, right?
Oh, that Nico, not Nico Harrison. That Nico.
You can't blame the kid, right? You can't blame the school what they did. I'm gonna put the blame.
Be specific. What did the kid do, and what did his
family
do?
Was getting $2 million, 2.4 million,
and he wanted more,
and he wanted 4, or he wasn't going out there to practice. They said, "All right, cool, we gonna move on from you."
Really?
Right?
Is that like that?
Like that? Right? Okay. In this portal, they got a rule: he can't go to another SEC school.
Because they were, I heard talk that maybe Georgia, which would have been great,
right,
or possibly Ohio State,
right.
Why do you think he picked UCLA? Is what I'm hearing. UCLA.
He can't pick any. He got to come this way because he can't pick any school from SEC.
Why can't he pick a Big Ten school?
He could if they wanted him.
Okay, but they have that freshman kid, Julian Sayah, who's supposed to be real good.
I think.
Levine missed the dunk. Sorry about that. Not supposed to be watching.
Said no. UCLA can only offer him $2 million.
So he left 2.4 to the C to take 2 at UCLA. Explain that to me, dog. 2.4 goes a lot further in Tennessee than $2 million in LA. $2 million in LA gets you a condo off Wilshire.
Right.
2.4 in Tennessee gets you 12 acres.
And here's the thing: he been getting money since he was getting in high school.
He was getting money to stay at Warren and all that.
Yeah, he was getting a meal ticket. He was one of the first kids to get a meal ticket
from Tennessee while he was in high school.
While he was in high school.
Okay.
High school. So
why are you leaving Tennessee if you can only get $2 million?
His parents is messing this up, you know.
Because you think his parents thought he was gonna be able to get more money,
right? So you know what I mean. And here's the thing: the NCAA needs to come
Regulate.
with a rule, regulate,
Uh-huh.
because I would hate to be a coach. And I got Robert Barksdale as my coach, Robert Barksdale as my quarterback.
Uh-huh.
He balled out this year. We gave him $3.5 million, right? Then you look over here at Andre Lathan that played for Georgia that got 5.5,
Uh-huh.
did all right. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And now Georgia hollering at you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do. They need to set it where it's slots, and
Yeah.
that's what
Kind of
it
like
is.
when you get drafted where they have a
Right.
guaranteed slot. Okay.
Because and they won't step up and do anything. So it's a
Okay.
big mess, man. It's a
Okay.
big mess.
Okay. All right, man. That's all we got for the first half. We're gonna come back in about 15 minutes.
15 minutes,
gonna
y'all come
interview-
on back. We back. I'm sorry for missing last week, but you got to take care of your health. And that's what I did.
Okay.
And,
Episode 32, first half in the books. We'll come back and
Yeah.
do episode 32, part 2.
R&R Podcast.
Let's go.
Me
Good
and
job.
Vanna presents the R&R Podcast, where we talk sports, cigars, and entertainment. Fly and Stoper Cigar Lounge in Southern California. Hello.
We off?